Hi, it's Anna Peters. I just wanted to reach out again and just talk to you a little bit about labels. Labeling. Labels are pretty important when it comes to how we see ourselves or what we believe in based on who we are. We've created labels based on how we grew up, our experiences, and what we know, and how our belief system has been formed. Okay, we end up labeling ourselves. That means we call ourselves as how we feel. We've probably been doing this since the beginning of our development as a child. For example, we may think of ourselves as a victim always because in childhood we were mistreated or bullied or just neglected in our family. We will automatically label ourselves as this person who will be victimized. And sometimes that follows us through life as we end up continuing with this label. We're continuing to live this label in our lives. That's number one, the label. Okay, so you don't have to keep labeling yourself like this. Yes, you had this label. Once upon a time you did. You were a child and you were helpless and you were defenseless and you were a subject of some things that happened based on somebody else's values. It's not your fault. Okay, but instead of labeling yourself, now you can rip that label off and you can live a life where that label doesn't exist anymore. Okay, so in order to do that, we need to let go of the need to be that label. Whatever that means for you, there's ways to find out what that meaning is of that label. Okay, there are things that we can do, like hypnotherapy. I'm a hypnotherapist. We do this. We can definitely go back and find out what you're holding on to with this label. What does it give you? What is the meaning of this label that you're attached to? Okay, because labeling will give us a sense of false attachment. Okay, that means that we're attached to something that's making us feel better, we think, than what we once felt when we discovered that we were this label. Okay, so it's just like a diagnosis. Some people will get diagnosed with the bipolar or depression or feel OCD or something like that. And then they think, oh, this is who I am. This is the rest of my life. Now they start accommodating and behaving like they have something wrong with them for the rest of their life. Well, let's pretend that this label didn't exist. What would that feel like to not be depressed? What would that feel like to not be manic and go up and down with your emotions all the time like a roller coaster? What would it feel like to be regulated and to be accepting of everything around you instead of striving for perfection and control? What would that feel like? This is how we rip the labels off. We have to let go of what it is that we're attached to. And sometimes this label gives us things that we're able to be noticed now or recognized. Maybe we weren't recognized or noticed before. Maybe we get some attention with this label. That's important because needing that attention and that affection from people in our life is part of our human givens. That's what we need to survive. If we grew up in a world where we had no attention at all and no affection, this is important. This diagnosis gives me some attention. That's going to be pretty hard to let go because that's a reward. That's something that we need, is that attention. All right. Also, money, financial security is important. Sometimes the diagnosis gives us a paycheck, like a disability paycheck or social assistance, right, from the government. It's really hard to let that go, knowing that if you rip off that label and you get better, that you're going to have to work, right? And you're going to have to put more effort into yourself rather than just accepting that money, that financial security. That's so hard to let go of. It is, right? Ripping off the label isn't always as easy as I'm making it sound. Because if there are hidden agendas in there, if there are other reasons why you need this label, it's really important for us to dig and find out what that is. And it's important that you know what that is, that you know that this label is your choosing. That's very important because now you have freedom and you have awareness to change whatever it is that you want to change because you are in control of yourself. You are in control of your emotions, how you react. You can get there and you can become aware of what all the triggers are that make you who you are and how you react. This awareness, being able to recognize what your labels are that you've given yourself, is part of healing. This is part of the awareness. Now, is this who I want to be? Right? Do I want to be this person that's constantly reminding myself that this is who I am so that I get this in return? And it's okay if you want that. It is, but own it. Make sure you know that this is your choice. Life is full of choices. We need to start empowering each other and making sure that we each know that we are choosing to be where we are. We need to recognize that wherever we're sitting in our life is our choice. It's our choice, the freedom to make a choice. You are in control of your life. You can choose your labels. You are responsible, and you can change if you want. You can change. Change is not as hard as it sounds. Actually, if you do want to let go of the labels that you have developed for and self-sabotage yourself to become those labels, you know what? Get some help. We can definitely help you establish a new way of thinking and a new way of feeling and believing in yourself. By letting go of those old, limited beliefs, we can then concentrate on, first of all, getting rid of why you believe the way you do, finding out where that comes from, right? Allowing you the opportunity to notice what you can let go of. That's huge. Some of us don't even know where to look for that. With hypnotherapy, we find that, we take you to that place where you can see that, hey, you know what? I don't want this anymore. This isn't happening to me anymore. Maybe it's time that I can heal. Maybe it's time that I can give myself what I needed and just keep moving on. You are choosing now to do that. That's what hypnotherapy does. It allows you to free yourself. We put you into the place where you can find all those natural resources that are inside your subconscious mind. It's amazing, it's freeing, it's beautiful, and it's a wonderful experience. By doing this, you can access all the areas of change in your life. You can then imagine yourself this person that you want to be, the person without the label. Imagine the label that you would like to have. Like, think about that for a minute. If you want to just sit there and think of, how do I want to feel? Who do I want to be in life in the next few years, 5 years, 10 years? What do I want to be? Do I want to still be working at this job? Do I want to still be in this relationship? Do I want to have these friends? Do I want to be surrounded by this environment? Or do I want it to change? And if you decide to change something, imagine what that change would feel like. Imagine what it would be like to be that person with that change, no longer holding on to that label. Imagine that for a minute. Part of what we do in hypnotherapy is we take you to that place of imagination, that place where you can be this person and imagine what it feels like. You actually become that person, and we sit in that for a long time, enough for it to be anchored into your body and into your mind. A feeling of success, empowerment, motivation, inspiration, that feeling of happiness, of achievement, of having everything that you need, even financial security and manifestation. You just imagine yourself in that place, in this deep sense of calm that we do with hypnotherapy. And from there, we don't just leave it in the imagination. This is something that came up to me the other day, is that we have this imagination, we create this fantasy world, this person that we want to be out there in the middle of nowhere. And that's great, but it doesn't just stop there. We're going to bring that into our reality. We're actually going to bring that desired person that we want to be, that desired feeling, that desired emotion, that desired belief system, and we're going to manifest that into our real life. That's what we do. We open the door to that person, to that alternate reality inside our mind. And then we focus on that. Our mind will automatically start making choices to bring that into our life. That's the art of manifesting. But we have to let go of those things that no longer serve us, which is hard, right? And remember, like my other videos, if you need help in letting go, definitely reach out. I can help you do that, or other people as well. There are many people that are skilled in this department. And you know what? Hypnotherapy is amazing. It's quick. It's so effective. It doesn't have to be hard to heal. It really doesn't. By letting go and manifesting that person that we want to be, we can get rid of the labels. And then once you get rid of those labels of who you used to be, you can now become this person that's living a life without a label. Actually becoming a spiritual person, moving through life, just accepting and being present all the time. How amazing would that be? Just learning as things happen, regulating as things happen, and just continuing through life with this good sense of purpose. That's what it's like to release labels. Now, part of that, once you've released labels, you'll begin to understand and have a huge empathy for other people and their labels. You'll be able to look and have a conversation with somebody and realize where their labels are, right? Where their judgments and opinions are coming from, all these labels based on their experience of life, their story, right? Their emotions, their feelings, what they've been through. Everything is made up of that, and that forms a label. And we'll be able to see where their labels are, and we can have compassion for them and understand that they're reacting from a label, right? And we can respect them and understand that these are their labels. And if they're stuck in them, that's okay. We can appreciate that because we know how it feels to get through our own labels, and it's a lot of work, right? We can respect that and allow them the opportunity to grow in their time, right? There is help available. You can always gently let them know there's help out there if they're willing to go down that path. Believe me, it doesn't have to be hard. It really doesn't. Healing can actually be exciting and fun if you allow it to. And you can enjoy it. You can create this world in your imagination, which we're gifted with, a wonderful imagination. And you can use your creativity, and you can find inspiration in your imagination, which is all healing. You have all the resources to heal yourself. It's quite incredible. The mind is a beautiful thing. We can use it to our benefit. We can use it for optimism and positive behavior, positive outcome, and we can just really focus on who we want to be and create that instead of what's not working, right? By recognizing your own labels and other people's labels, we have an opportunity to see what's real in front of us, to let go of a few things, to undo a few things that aren't working, right? Create things that are working. Create things of who we want to be, what's coming into our life, become empowered. Life is beautiful and it doesn't have to be hard. You are worth it. Every step of the way into your healing journey is incredible and it's powerful. And it's a beautiful gift. It really is. The reward for this work is amazing. You do the work on yourself, heal, and become the person you want to be. The rewards are amazing. You will find great amounts of happiness, acceptance, belonging, authenticity, accepting. You will find fulfillment and empowerment, motivation, drive all around you, energy, purpose. Your life will start changing for the good, and you won't even realize that all these good things are coming to you all of a sudden where they came from. But all of a sudden, you will just have an abundance of joy and creativity around you. You will just be happier and you will attract many things into your life. I hope this helps you. I just wanted to do a little bit of a video today to give you some ideas on how you can make your life a little bit more joyful just by working on yourselves. Like I said, if you need help with those labels, send me a message, DM me or something, and I'll always put something quirky in my messages, like a silly little upside down face or something like that. Anyway, have a good day, and I hope you enjoyed this video.